Hello and welcome to Analyze This. On today's video, I want to focus on game modes in multiplayer games, specifically shooters. Now, one of my favorite YouTubers, Big Fry TV, came out with a video last year talking about multiplayer games and how there's been a lack of new game modes and creativity in modes. And I do agree with him. It seems like we've been playing the same modes like Team Deathmatch, Domination, and Capture the Flag, and those concepts for basically 2 decades now. So I figured I'd give this topic some thought and come out with a video to give my take on it and throw out some ideas. But before I do that, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. You could also find me on Twitter and TikTok at analyzethis_YT. So I've been playing multiplayer games like Call of Duty and Battlefield since 2009, so I've seen a lot and I've done a lot over the years. And a lot has changed over time. The graphics, storylines, weapons, time periods, maps, and even now we have live service elements to these games. However, one thing that has changed very little over time is game modes, or the elements and objectives in game modes. Now, Modern Warfare 2 2009 and Modern Warfare 2 2022 share a handful of similar game modes like Team Deathmatch, Free-for-All, and Domination, but I'll give Call of Duty some credit because in the last couple of Modern Warfare games, they've added new game modes like Cyber Attack, Prisoner Rescue, Hardpoint, Ground War, and Invasion, just to name a few. Now, I know what you may be saying to yourself, okay, well, this guy's already negated his take. Well, just give me one moment. I want to give MW2 some credit because this is the first Call of Duty game to have this large amount of content. Warzone and DMZ are enormous additions to the game as well, but I'm not really going to focus on those modes in this video. The problem, I think, is with even newer modes like Prisoner Rescue and Ground War, it's basically still the same activities. Capture this, defend this, and kill the enemy. It's always the same rinse and repeat, even if the game mode changes, the main objective changes. And yeah, that's basically the premise of the entire game, but what can we do to enhance some of these modes to provide new, unique, and better experiences? And before I go there, I want to add Battlefield into the mix. When I do get tired of sweating like crazy in Call of Duty matches, I like to go play Battlefield for some of those big battles with those big maps, with the vehicles, and you feel like you're moving up with an army to capture points and capture sections of a map. Battlefield 1 is my favorite. Now that's of course because I do like the older time periods like World War I, World War II, but just the operations mode, which was first introduced in this game alone, is really what sold me on playing this day after day with my buddies back in the day. Being able to defend or capture a major section of the map was very cool. They even eventually came out with a mode called Breakthrough. It was basically a tug-of-war effect where both teams got to fight for sections of the map. It's not like you had one team attacking and one team defending. Everybody could get involved, and depending on how well you do, that will decide the battle, essentially. One of the cool things about Battlefield and these modes is the fact that each sector had differences. One minute you could be attacking and capturing a hill, and then the next minute you're pushing the enemy team down the hill, and then you have to go attack a fort that they're defending, like on Monte Grappa in Battlefield 1. But just like in COD, it's the same idea: attack, defend, and kill. What other benefits and gameplay elements can you get rewarded with for actually capturing a point? Battlefield's big maps and modes, along with COD's couple of big maps and modes, are lacking those benefits and gameplay elements. And I'll refer to Big Fry's video once again. He talked about adding secondary points that provide you with different benefits, specifically benefits for your team. Like, for example, and I'm combining some of my ideas here too, like what if at one point the team that captures it gets to shoot up UAVs so you can always check on positionings of your enemy at different points of the map. Maybe somebody's controlling that UAV. Maybe there's another place where it's a vehicle depot, and whatever team possesses the vehicle depot gets to call in tanks or a couple of, Humvees or something like that, or an artillery truck. Or maybe there's a mortar pit somewhere, so the team that controls the mortar pit is able to call in mortar strikes on enemy positions, or maybe players themselves could actually control those mortars and fire those artillery strikes onto the enemy themselves. I think adding points like this allow you to do more for your team. And it shouldn't just be, oh, capture this point and your team's overall score goes up and, whoever reaches the max score wins the match. Allow these points to alter the battlefield and provide different experiences match by match, so players don't get burned out after playing the same game mode on the same map just after 3 or 4 times. And I specifically have a hard time playing Ground War and Invasion in MW2, and that's because with Ground War, it just features big maps with a lot of flags. And Invasion is the same thing, but it just feels like a big game mode of Team Deathmatch along with AI. The only thing that's cool about Invasion is that there's like a wave by wave process. Like after so long in the match, harder enemies drop. After so long in the match later on, the vehicles drop, or then you have care packages you get to pick up to call in kill streaks. So that's kind of cool. But again, I think it just gets old really quickly. Modern Warfare 2's heavy focus on guns and attachments should allow for some Rainbow Six type of gameplay, you know, that close quarters, intense tactical experience. We got a few campaign missions in the last 2 Modern Warfare games where you go room by room in close quarters combat. You could slowly open doors, you could peek around corners and doors, you can also mount your weapon on a wall or a countertop. Here's the equation I want to provide. Combine these movements with the weapons and their customizations, and throw in smaller maps focused for that tactical experience for game modes like prisoner rescue, disarming bombs, search and destroy, elimination modes, things like that. And then for Battlefield, I think they need to rejuvenate their capture points and locations on their maps to enhance gameplay and reward players for playing the objective, and also again creating new experiences like being able to call in vehicles, being able to control artillery or mortar pits. So that's it. Let me know what you guys think. This was a quick video. I just wanted to give my take on the multiplayer game mode situation, and again, I think it's kind of like a good thought process video where you could think, okay, what are some other things we could do to enhance games like Call of Duty, where, you know, we know what Call of Duty's about, we know what Battlefield's about at this point, but what can we do to provide new and fresh experiences? And I'm curious to know what you guys think in the comments section. And be sure to give this video a like, and feel free to subscribe. Plus, you can check me out on Twitter and TikTok as well at analyzethis_YT. Thanks for checking out the video, and take care.